Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
Hi, in today's video I want to show you how to make this small basket. So if I try to zoom it in a bit more, it looks like this. I opted for a nice pink color. What else? It is cotton yarn. I think I was using a 2.5, no, actually it was a 3 or a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I will explain everything when the uh, tutorial begins. It's really easy to make. All the stitches you will need to know is single crochet stitch, a chain, and a double crochet stitch. The rounds at the beginning are done in continuous rounds, so you don't have to join each row as you go around. The increases are of 8, so it means it goes 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and so on, depending on how many rows you want and need. So I think we can begin to make this nice little Easter basket. Let's begin. So here is my egg. It's crocheted egg that I already made. You can check the video how to do it in the description down below. I have my cotton yarn, I have my crochet hook, and I have some scissors. I will also need a needle just to kind of hide all the loose ends in, and that's it. Now, as I already mentioned, the base will be 8, so in the beginning I'm gonna make 8 stitches and then I'm gonna be increasing it. So it's gonna be 8, 16, 24, 32, depending on the size that I want. Also the size that you perhaps need, because I'm gonna see how many rows of increases I will do with my 3.5 millimeter crochet hook and my cotton yarn, and of course because of the size of the egg. Now, if the egg would be smaller, perhaps I would make less rows, or if I would have a much thicker yarn, I would also do less rows, and if I would have a really fine yarn, then I would have to make more rows because I wanted the base to be the same size as the bottom of the egg, so the egg would, fit in. I'm gonna put the egg on the side, and I'm gonna start with my base. So I'm gonna do a magic ring. That means yarn twice around my thumb. I'm going in, taking both of the yarn strands on my finger, grabbing the loose yarn and pulling it through and making a chain 1. Now I'm gonna be adjusting the magic ring just a little bit, and that's it. Now, as I said, a bit more focus. The base will be 8, so I need to do 8 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I close up the magic ring. I am gonna be doing this in continuous rounds, so I won't be joining each row as I go, at least not now for the base. Once I'm gonna be going up into the height, where I'm gonna be using a special pattern, if you wanna call it like that, then I will have to close up the rounds, because also on that stage, so that would be the second part, I will be using double crochet stitches. Okay, 8 single crochets done. Now the next row calls to go from 8 to 16. That means I'm gonna do an increase in each of the stitch. An increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 is an increase. 5, 6 is an increase. 7, 8 is an increase. 9, 10 is an increase. 11, 12 is an increase. 13, 14 is an increase, and 15, 16 is an increase. And I went from 8 to 16 stitches. Now in the next row I have to go from 16 to 24, so I'm gonna be doing a single crochet and an increase. And just so you know, every time you're gonna perhaps see me put down my crochet hook, that only means my allergies this year are a bit more annoying than usual, and I need to blow up my nose and just make my nose clear so I can talk. Okay, so going from 16 to 24, it's gonna be a single crochet and an increase. So 1 is a single crochet, 2, 3 is an increase, 4 is a single crochet, 5, 6 is an increase, 7 is a single crochet, 8, 9 is an increase, 10 is a single crochet, 11, 12 is an increase, 13 is a single crochet, 14, 15 is an increase, 16 single crochet, 17, 18 an increase, 19 single crochet, 20, 21 an increase, 22 single crochet, 23, 24 an increase. Now I'm up to 24 stitches. I need to do at least 2 more rounds, so I'm gonna go from 22 to from 24 to 32. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do a single crochet, an increase, and another single crochet, and I'm gonna repeat that 8 times. So that's my first 4 stitches. 5 is single crochet, 6, 7 is an increase, and 8 is a single crochet. 9 is a single crochet, 10, 11 is an increase, and 12 is a single crochet. 13, 14, 15 an increase, that's 14, 15, and 16 a single crochet. 17, 18, 19 an increase, 20 a single crochet, 21, 22, 23 an increase, and 24 a single crochet. 25, 26, 27 an increase, 28 a single crochet, 29 single crochet, 30, 31 an increase, and 32 a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. Now I'm going up to the 5th row. That means I'm gonna go from 32 to 40. How I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna do 3 single crochet. Actually, I'm gonna do an increase and then 3 single crochets. So 1, 2 is an increase, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, 6, 7 is an increase, 8, 9, 10 single crochets, 11, 12 an increase, 13, 14, 15 single crochets, 16, 17 an increase, 18, 19, 20 single crochets, 21, 22 single crochets, increase, 23, 22, 23 and 25 single crochets, 26, 27, an increase, 28, 29, and 30 single crochets, 31, 32 is an increase, 33, 34, and 35 single crochets, and now the last batch of it, so that means an increase, 36 and 37 is an increase, 38, 39, and 40. I'm gonna do one more row. As you can see, it's just gonna be enough, but I want a bit looser, so I'm gonna go from 40 to 48. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do 2 single crochets, an increase, and 2 single crochets, and I have to repeat that 8 times. So 1, 2 is single crochets, 3, 4 is an increase, 5, 6 single crochets, 7, 8 single crochets, 9, 10 is an increase, 11, 12 single crochets, 13, 14 single crochets, 15, 16 an increase, 17, 18 single crochets, 19, 20 single crochets, 21, 22 an increase, 23 and 24 single crochets, 25, 26 single crochets, 27, 28 an increase, 29 and 30 single crochets, 31, 32 single crochets, 34, 35 an increase, 31, 32 single crochets, 33, 34 an increase, and now 35, 36 single crochets. Another 2. Now I'm thinking if I made a mistake. No, it's fine. Now an increase and another 2 single crochets, and I'm just gonna count if I have 48 stitches, because I think I made a mistake, and I'm not using any markers to mark where I started, so I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I need one more, because I need 48 stitches. So I need to do 2 more single crochets, an increase, and 2 more single crochets, and that's it. Now I have 48 stitches all around, and that is my base. It's gonna be enough, big enough for my egg. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 1 row of 48 single crochets, taking the back loops only. So if I show you like this, I'm gonna be doing back loops only, single crochets. So this is the front loop. I'm not gonna go into this one, I'm just gonna grab the back loop, and this is one. Again, front loop, back loop. I'm just gonna go through the back loop, and I need 48 of them. I will do the whole around. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You can see the edge. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. Now I have the last 8 stitches, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. All I have to do now is join it with a slip stitch, and this is the base row of the basket done. So now from here on you can do single crochet stitches, you can do half double crochet stitches, you can do double crochet stitches, or you can also find a pattern that is a multiplier of 8, of 2, of however the number of stitches you have, because I have here 48 stitches. That means I can use or apply a pattern on the top that is a multiplier of 8 or of 4. Now if you Google it, you will find tons of patterns for diagrams for the stitches. What I've done is I'm gonna be using a really easy one. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing chain 3 and 2 more double crochets. That will count as a first stitch. I'm gonna do chain 1. I'm gonna skip 3 stitches, and in the 4th one I'm gonna go in and do another cluster of 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now I'm gonna continue going up, 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 up for as long as I want, for as high as I want my basket to be. And this is the easiest multiplier of 4, so it's just skip 3 stitches. In the 4th stitch you do a cluster of 3 double crochets and chain 1 between the 3 between the cluster. There will be also up here the diagram for it. If not, it will be on my web page. You can definitely go and check it out, and if you want to use any other stitch, you can just, you know, find it on the World Wide Web and apply it. Okay, so I have 2 done. Now I need to chain 1, 1, 2, 3 stitches skipped and 3 double crochets in there. Chain 1, skip 3 stitches, in the 4th one 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3 stitches, in the 4th one 3 double crochets. chain 1, skip 3 stitches. In the fourth one, 3 double crochets. Now this is just the first row of it, doing it into the base. The next rows will be done in the middle of the third half double crochet. So that's, I have no idea why I only skipped 2 stitches. I hope I didn't do it anywhere else. But yeah, I need to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and in the fourth one, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, skip 3 stitches, and in the fourth one, 3 double crochets. It is slowly building. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth one. I need to do a chain 1 before. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth stitch, 3 double crochets. So that's 2 and 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3 in the fourth one. 3 double crochets, chain 1, 1, 2, 3 in the fourth one, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the fourth one, 3 double crochets, and now as you can see the right number of stitches. I have 3 stitches left and the beginning, so I do a chain 1 and I join it with a slip stitch. I do a slip stitch into the middle double crochet stitch of the previous row, so I'm in the middle now, and I just repeat the same stuff. So in the first stitch I have to do chain 3 and 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, chain 1, not in the first one, in the second one, in the middle one I do 3 double crochets, so that's 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, not in the first one, in the second one go in and do 3 double crochets, so that's 1, 2, 3, and this will be the pattern. Chain 1, not in the first one, in the second one, 3 double crochets. As I said, you can do just normal double crochets all the way up. You can do single crochets if you want to, or you can find any other stitch that is a multiplier of your base. I found this one and I think it's easy enough and still decorative enough for this Easter basket. So chain 1 in the second one, in the middle one I do 3 double crochets. Chain 1 in the middle one I do 3 double crochets in the same stitch. If you want, you can also change colors, you can change the pattern, you can change anything you like. For me, I'm doing it in this light pink color. I would prefer it a bit more pastel. Yes, a bit lighter, but that is all I had at home and I think it's gonna still work nicely for my Easter basket. How many rows, if you're asking, do you have to do that? Well, depending on your size of your yarn or your crochet hook, and of course your egg and your preferences, you just repeat the number of rows until you're satisfied. Now I will probably do like 4 or 5 rows of this stitch, and it's really easy. It's a multiplier of 4, so because I had a base of 8 stitches, it's really nice. It kind of works out really pretty to finish it off. Okay, again with the first stitch I'm joining it with a slip stitch, another slip stitch to go into the middle one, into the middle double crochet of the previous row, and I have to repeat it again. So chain 3 and 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, chain 1, and in the middle double crochet stitch of the previous row I do 3 double crochets. Of course, if you would be using a pattern with only half double crochet stitches or single crochet stitches, you would have to do more rows to get the correct height, but I'm using double crochet stitches, and as I already said, a 3.5mm crochet hook, and this yarn is, I would say, perfect for a 3.5mm crochet hook, and it's cotton, and I think it's easy to work with, so I'm gonna be making probably 4 rows of this pattern, and then comes the fun part where I'm gonna be taking a break from you, and you're gonna be taking a short break for me, because I want the basket to be, you know, firm, so it will stand on its own, and for that I'm gonna be using some stiffener. How I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna take 2 parts of water and I'm gonna take 1 part of sugar. I'm gonna boil it. I'm gonna look that the sugar will be completely dissolved in the water. Now you can either soak the basket then in that watery sugary thingy, or you can use a brush and just kind of paint the stiffener on the basket. Now to hold its position, I would suggest you use the center piece of a toilet roll, or you know, those kitchen rolls that you have. I think they are the perfect size to kind of put in and pin it, so it won't be going left and right, and you will have everything in position for drying up. But I will explain how you do that, so don't worry about it. Now I'm just repeating my pattern. The pattern is a base of 4, and I've come to the end of the row, so I'm gonna do a slip stitch to join the rows. And slip stitch. I'm gonna do 1 more row. So that means I need to go with a slip stitch into the second stitch of the previous row, chain 3, 2 more double crochets, chain 1, and in the middle one, in the second stitch of the previous row, you do 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, in the middle one, 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Now the last row, what I will do is I'm gonna be doing a bit of an edge. Now you can do an edge just with single crochet stitches, or you can do an edge with a single crochet and then kind of do a wavy one. I'm gonna be doing just single crochets on top. Just to make a nice edge. I know it doesn't perhaps look as a basket at the moment because it's not firm enough, but trust me, the sugar water stiffener works really amazing. It does miracles, and at the end, well, you saw at the beginning how the basket, this solo egg basket will look. And you saw that it was not as crunchy and it was nice and stiff. So I'm almost here with my last stitches of the row, and then the last row will be, in my case, single crochet stitches. Now in your case you can do some waves, you can do whatever you want, but in this tutorial it's just gonna be a straight edge. Chain one and joining it with a slip stitch in the third chain of the beginning of chain 3. Okay, so that's the height that I want. Now I'm gonna just do one row of single crochet stitches. Chain 1 to go up into the next row. In the same stitch I need to do a single crochet stitch and 2 more single crochet stitches on top of each of the double crochet stitches. In the chain 1 I'm gonna do a single crochet stitch in between. So that's single crochet, and now 3 single crochets on top of the 3 double crochet stitches. Again, in between where the chain 1 is, I'm doing a single crochet and 3 more single crochets in each of the double crochet. In between the 2 clusters I'm doing a single crochet. In each of the double crochet stitch I'm doing a single crochet in the chain between, and 3 single crochets on top of the 3 double crochets. In between. Chain off. In the chain 1 single crochet, but this is for this pattern. Now if you have been using, you know, single crochets all the way up, you can just stop whenever you want. If you've been doing any other patterns for the base, you can just also finish it with a nice edge of just single crochets, or you can do, as I said, a wavy thing, or you can find some other nice patterns to finish off the top. But for this project here I'm just gonna be using single crochet stitches for the top. I think it does make it look pretty. Now this is my last stitch. I'm not gonna be doing any handles, but if you wanted you can do one handle on top, so you would just do the chains or you can make um, two handles, but in that case you would have to do 2 more rows. So in the next row you would do just the chains and single crochets all the way, and then the last row would be just single crochets all around. But yeah, this is gonna be my basket. So I'm at the end. I can cut the yarn off. I'm gonna be joining it invisibly, so I'm pulling the yarn through. I'm grabbing my needle. I did say in the beginning that you will need a needle, but if you have any other, you know, your way of finishing up things, you can definitely use that. But how I like to do it, as you can see, I've pulled the thread through. So this is the first stitch. I'm not gonna go into the first stitch, I'm gonna go into the second stitch, because I'm gonna overlap the first stitch, and then I'm gonna come back from where I came from. And this is the invisible join. All I have to do now is work the end in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thread it to the bottom, because I have there the single crochet stitches and it's much easier to hide it and of course to secure it there. I'm doing this all on the back side of my work. And now I just hide it in here. And that's it. I can cut the loose ends. And that's it. That's the basket done. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab my sugar dissolved in water. I'm gonna just make it just a little bit damp, and then I'm gonna put some either weight in, or as I said, you can use from kitchen paper towels. Just wrap it around something so it's not gonna be, you know, all soaky and wet. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to you when it's gonna be all dried up. So be back in a second. So now that I've done my basket, I already hardened it, make it stiff. So I already used on this one my water sugar liquid. It is the 2 parts of water, 1 part of sugar. What I've done is half a cup of water and 1/4 of a cup of sugar, boiled it just a little bit, and then I didn't soak it. I didn't go in and kind of just dipped it. I was using my brush, and with my brush I just went over the stitches, and because I wanted to have it into a nice shape, and because the kitchen towel was too small for it, what I found was, yes, it's a day cream container, and I think it was just a perfect fit, so that's what I've used. Again, just go over with the sugary water, and then all you have to do is wait. So this is how it looks. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do let me know. If you didn't like it, you can let me know as well, so I will know how and where to improve. And until the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!